Imagine if you met yourself. Reflections upon reflections, mirrors upon mirrors. If you walked into you, what would you say to you? How would you conversate? Where would the conversation convene? How would you start speaking to you? Recognize yourself. Would you like who you had become? What if you bumped into you? Shook hands, danced together, went out on a night together. What would you do if you met yourself? You. In the back alleys of your favorite parts of town. If you met yourself at your favorite restaurant, would you recognize you? Would you recognize you? Would you greet you? Would you move you? Would you accept the you that you had become? What would you do if you met yourself? Would it boggle the mind, entertain the soul, breathe life into you, for you? What would you do if you met you back to back with you, like a double impact, identical and conscious in mind. What you do? Self, breathing, taut, breathing, scales, move, footsteps. What would you do? What would you do?
What is happening, gentlemen? Welcome to my YouTube channel. And again, we are to review our favorite pairs today. Today we're going to be reviewing US 100, US 30 and DAX 40 as usual. So let's dive into the video and see what happened today and see how the market played out today. So before we start with our charts, right? What's the things that we need to do before we enter the trade? We need to go through our checklist, right? So what does our checklist involve, or what does my checklist involve, right? So my checklist involves identifying the trend. So the trend of the market, where's the market trending? So as you can see here on NAS, it was an uptrend, and now it was an uptrend. From that uptrend, it started going through a ranging phase, right? So once we identify our trend, what else do we identify? So the next thing we identify is our areas of value. And as you can see, our areas of value is our support and resistance zones over here. So our support here and our resistance here. How did I pick up that is my area of value? As you can see, price rejected here. The price rejected this zone, acted as a support, acted as support over here, acted as resistance here, acted as support, acted as support. So we can see when price reaches this level of support, it reacts in some manner, right? How do we see if price is our resistance level is also a price of value? As you can see, when price gets to that level, it reacts. So 100%. So what do we do once we've identified our areas of value? We go down to the lower time frames and get a little clear picture of what is really going on in our on our charts, right? So as you can see, this was yesterday's move over here. Price pushed down, it did half past 3, whatever the case may be, and it started moving around. got to this level over here, rejected that level, got up here, rejected that level, pushed down, then eventually market turned around and reacted to this level of support, pushed to the upside, right? Pushed to the upside and got into our area of value where we're going to pick out our trades, right? So as you can see, market played around within this area, in the area, and it got to our level of support or our area of value, and we see market turned, right? Market turned and it went towards our resistance area. So this was around 8 o'clock. During London session, market was a bit sluggish, falling down or whatever the case may be. Then price got back to our level of our area of value, and as you can see, price had rejected the zone. So if price broke down to the downside, we were going to wait for the break, the retest, and the pushback down to the downside, right? But this did not happen, right? So as we can see, price rejected the zone and pushed with bearish momentum, right? As you can see, it continued going to the upside, right? In correlation with our uptrend and in correlation with our entire trend, the uptrend, right? So as we got to 3 o'clock, you would have to make a decision, right? You would have to make a decision whether you would enter the trade from get-go, from 3, or you're going to wait for price to break this level of resistance, act as new support, and push to the upside, right? This is the safer trade, and this is the not so safer trade, right? So this is how it was going to play out. You want to do that. You want to do that. Push your stop loss there, which is about 30 points. So you want to get in over here, which is our 5 minutes. If we have to go down, if we have to scale down, that is probably our 5 minute. That is our 5 minutes resistance area. So you were going to jump into the trade like that, and you were going to ride the trade. And yeah, this trade was like a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, so which is not such a bad trade, which is a good trade. So yeah, that's what happened with NAS 100. So the next pair we're going to go to is US 30. So with US 30, what do I identify, gents? What do we identify when we analyze our charts? What we notice when we analyze our charts is the trend of the market. The trend of the market is still an uptrend, right? So now, to get an in-depth analysis or an in-depth view of what is really going on, we drop down to our lower time frames, and then we zoom in, right? We zoom into this area of value, like that. And once we've identified this, we have to identify our areas of value. Where's our area of value? It's over here and over here, our support and resistance. Why is it our area of value? This is where price reacts significant and reacts in a different way. It reacts once it gets to that zone. So we see when price gets here, it rejects, pushes to the downside to our support. When price gets to this area, pushes to the upside, pushes back down, gets to this area, rejects the zone as well, comes to the downside, rejects the zone as well. So we've identified our area of value. Once we've identified our areas of value, we then try and execute a trade and see how we can execute a trade. So this is the trade that I was aiming at today. This is US 30. This is the trade that I got, and this is how it played out, right? So this blue line over here is my 4-hour time frame, my 4-hour area of value, right? So price had been playing above this zone, right, before market open. So what I was anticipating for market to do is break to the upside, retest, and push up, or reject the zone and get to this zone, reject this and push the upside. But obviously we need to wait for markets to play out, right? So this is what happened at market open. Market came to this side, it rejected the zone, it got to my support level, right? My 4-hour support level. So now price did push to the downside, but now there's certain things that you pick up once you a little bit more experienced in this trading game. You can see the momentum of a trade that no, it's probably going to turn or it's probably going to reject. You can see if it's going in one direction. But and this was one of those trades, right? So it was either I was waiting for it to break there or break this over here as well. So I wait for price to get this zone, and you know our rule, once it breaks support, wait for the retest. So we waited for price to break, got to this zone, it rejected the zone. So as you can see on the 5, if you go down to the 5-minute time frame, this is what price did. Price broke down, got to the zone, rejected the zone area of value, as you can see, which was going to be our TP. Which was going to be our TP if we took it from this low zone, but we didn't. Got to this zone, pushed the upside, we were waiting for retest didn't happen. So great, it's above our 4-hour resistance zone, our 4-hour support zone, resistance turning to support. So now this confirmed for me, okay, cool, this thing is going to the upside, because if you go on to the higher time frames, you'll see this as a big rejection candle, right? And this was a sentiment. This trade, it was a little bit of a tug of war with this trade. So this is what I did. I put my support below my area of value, and this was my first TP, because I didn't know if price was going to break to the upside, right? So price broke to the side, it got to the zone and got to our resistance, rejected the zone and pushed the downside, right? But I was still confident that this trade was I was still confident that this trade was going to go to the upside, right? So I wasn't very jumpy when it comes towards this trade, right? Played around and played around and played around. Then price broke the zone and we got to this zone over here. Then I locked in my profits. I put it on to break even, and as you can see, this was our next TP of price, which is our high on the left hand side if you have to zoom out, right? But we waited for price to go. Price pushed up, it reached the zone. Then I was waiting for the retest, right? I was waiting for the retest. If it pushed below, I was going to close. If it didn't, I was going to let it ride, which I did let it ride. And as you can see, price got all the way to this zone, and yeah, this is how this trade won, right? This is how I won this trade. Okay, gentlemen, the next one that we're going to go to is DAX 40. What do we do? Identify trend, uptrend. What do we do after identifying uptrend? Find areas of value on the lower time frames. We found our area of value on the lower time frames. This is our support, this is our resistance. Rejected this zone, rejected that zone, rejected that zone. So as you can see, price opened up, pushed to our area of value, rejected our area of value, pushed the upside, showing bullish momentum. So I dropped down to the lower time frame, which is the 5-minute time frame, and I found my area of value within there. And if it broke above and retested that zone, which is this blue line here, I was going to enter, which I did enter, and this is how the trade played out, right? So this is what we did. Boom. Sorry. This was how the trade played out, because we didn't know if price was going to push to the upside. This is how it did. This is how we played out the trade. Then price finally broke that zone, pushed to the upside. Our next TP was over here, because if you have to scale up to our higher time frames, this is the next area of value, and this is where price pushed up. And as you can see, this was a very beautiful trade over here, a very beautiful trade. Nice pips were made here. So yes guys, that's it for our review sessions tonight, and I hope you guys got value out of this video. And yeah, stay tuned. I will be posting another review session tomorrow, and I hope you guys got value out of this video. Thank you gentlemen, and yeah, good night.